In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to track everything that's going on with your APIs in your n8n backend. Now, the reason I'm doing this video mostly is because, for one, I am diving more into the cybersecurity side of AI automations instead of just only the AI parts and the automations. The cybersecurity part is really important too. You can't have crazy systems like this without securing them and locking them down. So in this video, I'm going to pretty much teach you how to log everything that's happening in your backend to see, okay, why is this running at a certain time every single day? Why is my API being triggered here but not here, right? Basically, at the end of the video, you're going to see how to build a system that tracks all of your API usage, and at the same time, how to build a UI to visually capture everything that's going on. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, before we build this, the first thing we have to do is go ahead and create a folder. Now, let me see if I can swap my screens really quick. File Explorer. Okay, here we go. It's a little small, but you'll be okay. So the first thing you want to look at, or what you want to do really, is create a folder somewhere in your, or a folder in your Explorer, Finder, whatever. You want a folder that has two subfolders, data and logs. And then inside of that, you also want a file called dashboard.python. Now, what's going into your data file is going to be something called trackingdb, and I'll get into that in a second. But going back here, and then your log is going to be empty, but this is for more of the terminal side. Now after you go ahead and create those folders, you want to go ahead and go to SQLite.org/download.html. And when you do that, you want to go here and download the SQLite tools, Windows, or if you're on Mac, it might be a little different. I'm going to go ahead and download this one right here. Be careful, because I accidentally went through like 3 of these. I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to rush through before I went to class. But you want to make sure you download the, where'd it go? This one right here. The x64 file. Now this, once you download this, go ahead and install it. And then once you install this file, you want to go ahead. Let me pull it back up. Nope, wrong one. Hold on, give me a second. Gotta find the right, there we go. Okay. After you download the SQLite file or the folder, you want to extract it and move it somewhere permanent. So for me, I just kept it in my documents, or I think I kept it in my business folder, or maybe my documents. I don't remember exactly. I kept it somewhere in between there. You want to make sure you just keep it there somewhere permanent. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to add SQLite to the path. That way it's permanent and you don't have to keep running around to find it all the time. So let's see what you mean. So first thing you want to do is go ahead, hit terminal. Okay, so what I was trying to show you is this right here. When you install SQLite, put it into a permanent folder after you extract it, what you want to do is go ahead and hit your start menu. I don't remember how to do this on Windows, or on my Mac. Sorry, I'm on my Windows setup right now. But what you want to do is go ahead into your start menu, search up environmental variables, click edit the system variables. It'll pop up in like a little window. From there, click environmental variables. Under the system variables, find path. And when you find path, click edit. Then in like the top right somewhere, you see something called new. Click that, and then add in the path where you saved your SQLite folder. Now for me, it's pretty much this right here. This is an example of what it does look like. Mine's is a little different than this, but you get the idea. After that, click OK and close all the windows. Keep clicking OK until that entire settings window in the bottom right in your what is it called? The tab on the bottom of your screen. I'm forgetting the name right now. Keep clicking that until all the settings windows or setting tabs are gone completely. Then open your terminal and or PowerShell and run this right here. It should pop up with the version, and if it does, then you did it correctly. Then after that, what you want to do is create or open a DB, a database, to confirm that it works. Just go ahead and run this right here. And then once you're inside of that, you want to go ahead and place this text right there. And then it should pop out this. Oh, hold on. I messed up. There we go. And then when you run this, it should pop out the name. Well, if you put Devin in there, it's going to pop out Devin. But regardless, if you do everything right, you should get this result right here. If you don't, comment down below and I'll see if I can help you out. Now, again, I would show you how to do all this, but I already did it. And I don't want to redo it again and mess up any of the files I have going on right now. So instead, I'm going to just walk you through it verbally and showing you the exact commands you need. If I remember, I'll place all of this into a Google Doc that you can just download and look at and copy all the commands. But for right now, just follow along with the video and pause if you need to. So go to your project folder that I showed you before, where you created the data and what was the other one? Data and logs, and then the dashboard.py folder. Once you get that up, you want to go ahead and CD in your terminal, just copy and paste this if you're on Windows. If not, you can just ask ChatGPT for the equivalent of the steps we're following right now. Once you do this, go ahead and then run this right here to create the virtual environment. Then after that, now if you don't have, you might need to install Python if you don't have it already. But if you don't have Python installed, again, look up how to install Python via terminal and or just ask ChatGPT. It'll get you up or get you some help. Again, after you do that, activate the environment. I feel like I should be showing you this like hands-on, but you have to just follow along with this right here. This is very simple. All you have to do is really just copy and paste all of this into the terminal and you'll be okay. I wish I can show you, but it's not just going to work out, unfortunately. So after you do that, you want to install all of the dependencies. So again, just copy and paste this into the terminal. Pip install upgrade is going to install pip and or upgrade it. Install the required Python libraries with this command right here. And then, so going back into n8n, now let's build the actual backend system to demonstrate it, right? Now you can use this for any n8n workflow you have that uses API, but this is a very simple workflow that I ran or created just to demonstrate this video. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and clear this out. Okay, so again, OBS isn't letting me show my terminal, but let me see if I can copy it actually. Let me see if I pull it up and then copy and paste it into the Google Doc so y'all can see it. There we go. So this right here is pretty much what the log looks like. You have the Gmail API that was triggered at this time. What type of API was what it did, right? So the API that was called, what it did, where it's being saved to, and how many items was passed through via the JSON logic. And then the second one is going to be the open weather map, which is the backend I created to demonstrate this. Time it ran, what it did, check the weather, where it was saved to, and then how many items went through to it. Now going back into n8n, this is just a very simple API call to open weather map. But this part right here, this is the part you want to put after all of your API logic. It's going to be a set node to pretty much just get the name of the, is there a field for that? No, there isn't. You have to just put it in manually. But the field called API is pretty much just going to take the name of the API that you're using. The timestamp, which is going to be just now or whenever the API runs. The data type, which is really just the weather. In this instance, if it was Gmail, it would be email. If it was a, I don't know, a node for Instagram, it would be social media, posting, etc. You get the idea. And then the destination that's getting saved to. Now, this is getting saved to the local DB. If you were sending this anywhere else, like a Google Drive or some type of server endpoint to hold in your information, you would put that in here. Wherever your information is being saved to, or wherever this info is going, that's where you would want to track that. And the record count, which is pretty much just the amount of items that's getting passed through overall. Now, over here is the special part, because this right here is going to be a n8n node that pretty much activates terminal commands. Now, if you're running this locally, it will be running it locally on your device. If you're running it on a server, then it would be running these commands on the server itself. So let me open this up a little bit. There we go. Now, this is all the commands I showed you earlier, was it? Almost. Okay, hold on. Boom. So pretty much what it does is it goes to the path for SQLite, and then it goes to the data tracking DB. Now, I gotta explain this part, I believe. Yeah, I gotta explain this next. But so pretty much this command is just gonna insert all of the current values that are being passed through here. So let's say open weather map, local DB. This is for Dallas, by the way, in case you're curious. But it's pretty much just going to pass all of the fields over into the database that we're going to be seeing. Actually, let me show you that to you right now. Hold on, it's been a long day. I'm all over the place a little bit. So this right here is going to be a Streamlit web app that I created just to track everything that's going on. So it'll tell me. I don't think there's a new one, is it? Okay, yeah, there's a few more. Okay, so it pretty much tell me, okay, here's everything that's being ran in the raw logs. Gmail was the first one. We have a whole bunch of stuff. Open weather map. Okay, yeah, we can clearly see that open weather is being called a lot. Should it be like that? Should it not be like that? This is pretty much, ooh, I didn't know I can do that. It's pretty cool. But this is pretty much the easy. You can make this pretty much anything you want inside of using inside of Gemini, ChatGPT, whatever, to make it more exact or how you want to look at it. But this is a pretty good version right here just to see all of your logs. Now, I'll show you how to create that in a second. But pretty much all of the information here is going to be sent to your terminal or in your local DB in this case, and it's going to pop up here to populate your dashboard. You can take this little piece right here and input it anywhere, right? This set field in the terminal command, you can literally just do something like, let's just say you didn't want to end the workflow right there, and you wanted to then send over a Gmail node to send the weather to somebody. Edit message, boom, do something like this. That way when it runs, it sends the command and then it'll keep going, send a Gmail. You can put this literally anywhere in your workflow to track all of your API calls. Now, this is super important because you want to see what's going on in your system, especially if you have something that's being used by you and your team members. Not only does it help you with security reasons, but you can see, okay, for some odd reason, we keep calling open weather map 30 times in an hour. That's kind of expensive. Let's keep that down a little bit, right? Great way to do it. Very simple build. This is so dynamic in the ways you can really take advantage of it. And like I was saying earlier, we waited to run this right here. But now, after you run that workflow or you test it out with one of your APIs, like we did here, if you run this now in your terminal, it'll give you a similar outlook to what this is right here. You can really just create a dashboard.python file, and then I'll have the code at the bottom of this document right here. If you want to get it, go ahead and get access to this document. It'll be at the bottom. You just copy the code, place it into this Py file, and then you'll get access to it. Whenever you run the Py file right here, whenever you double tap it, open it up. You can't even see my right click menu. Okay. Anyway, whenever you open the Py file up, it'll give you a Chrome tab like this, so you can track everything that's going on in your backend. Usually when I'm recording YouTube videos, I am on my Mac and I'm pretty much just screen recording everything I do. But now on my Windows setup, which is like way better, I have to manually go over here and like swap between the screen sharing options because I have a whole bunch of stuff going on and I don't want to just record my entire screen. So it's something I should probably change. But for right now, for this video, it's a little messy. Sorry about that. But you get the value still in this video. So if you need help setting any of this up in a more professional setting, don't hesitate to click the description down below. Book a free call. We can sit down for 15-20 minutes and talk about how we can set up a system to better track and secure everything you have going on in your backend, in your business, in your workspace, in your profession, whatever. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you.